That's right. You gotta be.
All right, so we back online. We back online. Going to pick up and
That's my little sister.
all right, we're back online. So we're going to pick up in the 16th chapter, but I'm going to read the Hebrew first on this one, and then we'll go into the English.
Okay, this is my brother Hebrew was writing. We're going to number 16, right?
Done. So number 16 and 1 starts off with Waya Quack. What verses is this? This is 30. Wow. 35 verses. All right, so it's Wayaquak, Kwarak, Bun, Yatazar, Salak, Yatahar, Izhar, Bun, Kwahath, Bun, Lawyer, Levi, Wada Thun, Dathan, Wa'aba Yarum, Ibaram, Bunyam ala Ya'ab, Eliab, Wa'an, that's On, Bun Peleth, son of Peleth, Bunyam Ra'aban, the sons of Reuben. All right.
How you say Reuben in Hebrew?
Ra'aban. Ra'aban. Verse 2, wa yakwamwa lapanya masha wa nashim ma bunyam yasha'ala kamashim wa math salak wa ma athyam nasha yaya aida koraya ma wa aid anashya sham. Verse 3, Waya Holwa Ayo Masha wa Ayo Aharan Waya Amarwa Olham Rab Lakam Kayako Haida Kalam Kodashim Wabath Wakam Yahawa Washa Wama Dawai Thathana Shawa Ayo Kwaho Yahawa. Verse 4, Waya Shemai Masha Waya Po Ayo Punyawa. Verse 5, Waya Debar O Korak Wa O Ko Aidathwa La Amar Bakor Wayada Yahawa Ath Asherah Lawa Wa Ath Hakwada Wash Waha Kora Yab Olyawa Wa'ath Asherah Yaba Kar Bawa Wakwa Salak Yakwara Yab Olyawa. Verse 6. 1 second here. All right, verse 6. Za'ath Aishwa Kakwa Lakam Maka Thawath Korak Wako Aidathwa. Verse 7. Wathunwa Bahun Ash Washa Maiwa Salak Washa Yamwa Al Yahun Kwata Rath Lapanya Yahawa Makar Wahaya Yash Ashra Yabakar Yahawa Hawa'a Hakwada Wash Rob Lakam Bunyan Lawyer, sons of Levi. Verse 8. Waya Amar Masha Al Korak Shemaiwa Na Bunyan Lawyer. Hama, verse 9. Hama Ait Makam Kya Habadyo Alahaya Yasha'ala Athkam Ma'aidath Yasha'ala Lahakora Yab Athkam Olyawa La Ibad Ath Ibadath Mashakan Yahawa Wala I Mad Lapanya Ha'ida Lashartham. Verse.
You first? I say Levite.
Lawyer.
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 L-A. L-O.
Law, like L-A-W, and with a ya, lawyer. Oh, now I forget where I was at. So, 10. Wayakurab Athka, Wa Athko Akyaka, Bunyam, lawyer Athka, Waba Kwashtham Gum Kahan. So like Kahana, verse 11. Lakun Atha Wakol Idathka Hana Aidyan Yahawaha Nar, so like Wa'aha Run Ma Hawa'a Kiya Thala Wanwa Alyawa, verse 12. Waya Shalak Masha Lakwara Lada Thun Wala Abba Yaram Abara. Is it Abraham? What is this verse? 12. Yeah, Abaram. So this is Wala Abara Ya Bunyam Alaya Ab Waya Amarwa La Na'ai La, verse 13. Hama'ait Ya Ha'ila Yathnawa Ma'arataza Zabath Kalab Wada Bash Laha Mayathnawa Bamada Bar Kiyab the Shathrar Alyanawa Gum Hashathrar, verse 14. Up La'a O Arataza Zabath Kalab Wada Bash Habaya Athnawa Wathantun Lanawa Nakalath Shaddai Waka Rum Ha'ai Yanya Ha'anashim Haham Thanakor La'a Na'ila, verse 15. Wayakar Lama Shah Ma'ad Wayamar O Yahawa O Thapun O Mana Kathma La'a Kama War Akad Maham Nashathia Wala'a Hiraithia Ath Akad Maham, verse 16. Wayamar Masha O Korak Atha Wako Idathka Hayawa Lapanya Yahawa Atha Waham Wa'aha Run Makar, verse 17. Wakwakwa Ayash Makathaswa Wana Thum Alyaham Quata Rath Waha Korabthum Lapanya Yahawa Ayash Makathaswa Kamashim Wama'athyam Salak Wama'athyam Makathath Wa'atha Wa'aha Run Ayash Makathaswa, verse 18. Wayakwakwa Ayash Masha Thaswa Wayathunwa Alyaham Ash Wa Yashimwa Alyaham Quatarath Waya I Madwa Pathath Aho ma'aid wa mashar wa haran. Verse 19. Wa yakwaho al yaham kurak athko ha'ida o pathak aho ma'aid wa yara'a kaba wad yahawa o ko ha'ida. Verse 20. Verse 20. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashar wa al Aharan la Amar. Verse 21. Haba Dowa Matha Wak Ha'ida Haza'ath wa Akal La Atham Karagai. Verse 22. Wayapowa Ayel Panyaham Wayamarwa al Alahaya Harokath Lakol Bashar Yash Adkud Yakatawa Talak Yaka Ta'a wa Ayel Kol Ha'ida Thakwa Tazap. Verse 23. Wayadabar Yahweh Mashar. For the bar all ha'ida la'amar ha'alwa masa bayad lama shakan korak dathun wa'abayaram. Verse 25. Wayakum mashar wayalak all dathun wa'abayaram wayakowa akaryawa Zaquanya Yasha'ala. Verse 26. So it is we was talking about earlier when he was asking about how you say his name, Zaquan Malak. And Zaquan could be ancient or elders. So that's what you see there in 1625 at the end. And the elders of Israel shall follow him. And that's where it said Zaquanya Yasha'ala. So 26 now. Wayadabar, all ha'ida la'amar, sawarwa na ma'ayo, aha laya, ha'a nashim, hara shayim, ha'olha, wa'ol, thagaiwa, bako, ashra, laham, pun, thasapwa, bako, Kata Athma, verse 27. Waya Iowa, Ma'il, Masha Kun, Korak, the Thun, Wa'aba Yarum, Masaba Yab, Wa the Thun, Wa'aba Yarum, Yatazawa, Natazabium, Pathak, a whole yama. What is this? Verse 27. So there's Abba Yarum Taza. This is the door to 10. Allah, so like whole yama, wanasha yama, waba yamma, watapma. So this is their tents, wives, sons, and children. So the ma is there. All right, verse 28. Waya amar mashar bazaath thada iwan kaya yahawa shala kanya la aishwath ath ko ama aishyam haolha kaya la ma labya. Verse 29. Kama wath ko ha'adam yamathwan olha wapakwa dath ko ha'adam yapakwad al yaham la'a yahawa shalakanya. Verse 30. Wa'am bara ya'al yaba ra Yahweh wapa tazatha ha'adama. So like ha'adama'ath payaha waba la'ai atham wa'ath kol ashara laham wayada. So like wayaradwa kayayam sha'allah waya daitham kaya na'atazawa. So like na'atazawa nashim ha'olha ath Yahweh. Verse 31. To the Lord. Verse 31. Wayahaya kakalaswa ladabar ath kol ha'adabaryam ha'olha wasaba kwai ha'adama ashara thakasyaham. Verse 32. Wathapa thak ha'aratiza ath payaha wasaba lai atham wa'ath Basyaham wa'ath ko ha'adam ha'adam ashra la kurak wa'ath ko hara kowam. Verse 33. Waya radwa hum wako ashra lahum kayayam sha'allah watha kas al yahum ha'aratiza waya badwa mathawak laha salak hakwaho. Verse 34. Wako yasha'ala ashara saba yabt yahum naswa lakwalam kaya amarwa pun Thaba lainawa ha'aratiza. Verse 35. Last verse. Wa'ash yataza all ma'ath Yahweh wasa akol ath haka mashim wama athim ayash makwara yabya hakwata wrath. All right. So that's conclusion in the Hebrew.
Wait, you just did verse 16?
Uh-huh.
50.
You go up to 50.
Huh?
50.
You go up to 50.
What did I stop at?
Chapter 35.
Wait a minute. I hope I didn't do what I just think I just did.
You go 50. Come on.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Verse 15 was, and 15 was 41.
You read 16, but you only went to 35.
No, I know what I did.
What you did?
So the page is thick. I skipped verses 8. No, it's interesting here.
Oh, I like this. It's 35 in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Oh, you go up to 35?
Yeah, they stopped at 35 in the Hebrew. 35, yep. And they offered incense.
Well, you want me to read the rest in English and Hebrew? Like 35, they came out of the fire of the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. That's just
Yeah,
yeah.
I read that.
Right.
Hold on one
He
second.
went up to 35. Now he got the rest of it in English.
We just started from the beginning.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's very interesting.
It
Say it again, 5.
So 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Interestingly enough, even online it stops at 35. Yeah. Oh wait, something is weird.
We're not in the Bible.
Not in the Bible. Not in the Bible. Who?
Yeah, so even online stops at 35. And this is in the ancient. So this is the modern Hebrew. I'm looking at the ancient. In the ancient, I mean, this is the ancient Hebrew. The modern Hebrew also stops at 35, which is weird. 16 Hebrew. Yeah. Everyone, well, at least these so far stop at 35. I need to investigate that.
Yeah, in the Bible. Well,
But the Hebrew, they didn't put it 35.
35. We went to 35.
It's because it's a different letter.
All right, so this one here, this one goes up to 50. All right, so I'll try to continue from here. So this is 36. All right, so this is 36. La ma masha al Yahweh, waya dabar, ath, waya rum, hakahan, aharon, bun ala izar, all abmar, kaya hala alha, zaraha, ha'ash, wa'ath, haksha, rapath, maba yun, hama kathath, akathum, skip, akathum, wa'ai shar, load this up, wa'ai shara, wa'ai shah, wa, bana pashath, bana pashathum, ha'alaha, haka hakam, hakata ayam, makathafwan, ath, Yahweh, lapanya, aquaria, yabma, kaya, lama zabak, tazaparia, pakathium, Rakwa, Yasha'ala, Labanya, Wath, Waya Hayawan, Salak Waya Haya Yun, Waya Shawa, verse 39. Asherah, Hana Kashath, Makakath, Wath, Ath, Haka Hun, Ala Izar, Wakwakath, Lama Zabak, Taza Panya, Wayarak, Iwam, Hasha Rapyim, Akor, Yabwa, Asherah, Zar, Ayash. So like that was, now this is 40. Asherah, Zar, Ayash, Yakwa, Rab, La'a, Asherah, Lama Tazun Yasha'ala Labanya Zakar 1 Yahya Lawa'a Yahawa Lapanya Quata Arath Laha Laha Quata was it Laha Quatyara Ahawa or Hawa'a Aha Run Mazara La'a verse no Lawa Masha Bayad Yahweh Dabar Ka'ashara Waka I Dathwa Krakrath. All right, so this is verse 41. Ayel Mata Mama Karath Yasha Allah Banya I Dath Ko Waya La Nawa Yahweh I'm Ath Hama Ha what is this? Hamathma Athum La Amar Aha Run Wa Ail Masha verse no. Yeah, verse 42. Aharon, no, what does this say? Where is the break here? Aharon wa ail masha ail ha'a radar baha kwaho waha ya ha'aina ha'ainan kasawa yaha na mawa aid aho o Waya Panwa Yahweh Kabarwa Waya Ra Ha verse 43. One second. Oh, this is really crazy. They're reading it this way. Waya Ba'awa Masha Wa Aharan O Panya Alaha Mawa'aid. All right, verse 44. Waya the bar Yaha Mashallah Ma, verse 45. Hara Mawa Matha Wak Ha'ai Raha Haza Ath Wa Akoha Athum Karagai Waya Powa Io Pana Yahum. Verse 46. Waya Amar Masha Al Yahawa Ha'aran Kak Ath Hama Katha Rathun Aliyaha Ash Ma'il Haba Hama Zabak Washa Yum Quatrath Ha Waha Wahlak so like Wahawoka Maha Ra Al Ha'aida Wakapar Aliyahum Kiyam Yataza Hakwa Tazap Malapanya Yahweh Hako Hanagap. Verse 47. Wayakwak Aharon Ka'ashara the bar Masha Wayarataza O Tharap Hakwaho Waha Na Hako Hana Gap Ba'ain Waka Wayathanath Hakwa Tarath Wayakapar Il Ha'aim. Verse 48. Waya Ma Aid Bayan Hamathium Wabayan Hakayayim Ratha Wathiatazar Hapa Gapha, verse 49. Waya Hayayan Hamathium Bama Gapha Arabaiha Aishara Alap Washa Bai Ma'ath Slak Mawa Slak Ma'a Wath Mala Bad Hama Hamathium Il Debar Korak. Verse 50, last verse. Waya Shab Aharon O Mashar O Pathak Aho Mawa Aid Waha Magpa Naga Na'aitazarha Where does it get? Yes. Oh, so this is no. So it stops at so it's Wayashab Aharon Mashah. Oh, and yeah. And she was restrained is the literal meaning. So it says, and the plague was stayed, meaning it was held back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So this is I think this is the one that Naviyanam used for the Hebrew. I have a different Hebrew site, but on a different Hebrew site doesn't go all to 50. But what's interesting in this one is normally Hebrews read right to left. This one is left to right. So that's how it just threw me all off. So I'm like, how do they have it left to right? But yeah, that's how you gotta read it here. I'm gonna bookmark this. All right. So yeah, I gotta check that out while the rest of them didn't have the Hebrew. So now we're gonna go into the English. So number 16:1. It says, now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, and the son of Peleth, the sons of Reuben, took men. Right, so you got sons of Levi and Reuben that have come and joined themselves together to go and confront Moses. Verse 2, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. Right, so you'll see sometimes when it talks about princes, the princes is talking about sometimes the same thing. These are leaders within tribes or people who have been highly esteemed by the congregation to speak on behalf or to take a certain position on behalf of the tribes. So you had these men who were famous. They were well known, of good report, reputable of the tribes, specifically Levi and Reuben. They now have come to go and speak to Moses, right? It's interesting. Let me see. So in verse 3, it says, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. Right? So they're like, all right, we get it. You good. You a good, righteous, holy man, but all of us is holy. Why you gotta be the one? Right? Why you gotta be the one that now is lifted up over the whole nation? Now remember back in Numbers, the 12th chapter, back in Numbers, the 12th chapter, and I'm gonna read 1 down to 5 or 6, I think. So it says in Numbers 12. So it's almost the same thing that happened back then, but this was with Aaron and his sister. So it says, and Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman who he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it, right? So now when you read this verse, or these 2 verses, you see something going on. The first thing is they was upset because Moses had done what? Married an Ethiopian woman, right? So they came to confront him about it. Then later on, they came to confront him and say, who is you? Like, why you got to be the only one to stand before the Most High? Then it says, then the Lord heard it, right? Now, did the Lord not hear what they was talking about in the first verse? The Lord hears everything. The Most High got angels to hear and to spy everything that's going on. But this one touched the Most High differently, right? And I'm bringing this out because I remember there was a brother one time who was at camp and he brought this up. And it was like, so you guys always talking about Israel, 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 right? And it ain't got nothing to do with none of the other nations, specifically the Hamitic nations. But here it is, Moses married an Ethiopian woman. What's up with that? Right? And they went and confronted him, but the Most High didn't say nothing about that when they confronted them. The Most High intervened when they came to say, why are you the only one that got to go deal with the Most High? Then he heard it. Verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which are upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye 3 unto the tabernacle of the congregation, and they came, and the 3 came out. So now, as they now have had this dialogue, what is the Most High going to deal with them on? It says, and the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. So if I'm going to choose a man to go and speak on behalf of me, I'm going to make manifest myself to him. And I could do it in various different ways. But it says, my servant is not so who was faithful in all mine house. So the Lord said, I ain't going to come to Moses like that in visions and dreams and going to have to go do something. I'm going to come to him different. He more faithful than them. Verse 8, with him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And we read on that Miriam became leprous, right? So it wasn't just with Kohath and Dathan and them who now step into Moses saying, why you got to be the one? His own siblings came and did the same thing, right? But this was a separate occasion. Now the rest of them having that spirit in them, and they like, listen, we're going to band together. They got 250 men. They say each one of us can go and take that position that Moses had. We can have pieces of it. Let's go and confront him so that he can now start dispersing up responsibilities amongst us that we can now go in and out. Sometimes what happens is people want to get a name for themselves, right? He can't be the only one to get a name. I want to get a name. I don't know how many of you remember in the Maccabees when Judas Maccabees was going out and champion for the nation, and he was out there killing them. Most High had the spirit on him, and he was taking them down. Then you had a group that said, "We're gonna go get us a name," because his name was going out. So they said, "Well, we want a name like that. He can't be the only one to get a name." And when they went out, and they got taken down because they was not in the right spirit. right? Their spirit was off. When you start now coveting to have a person's reputation or coveting to get what the next man has, and it ain't sincere, it ain't righteous, it ain't going to prosper, right? So the Most High intervened with Miriam and Aaron at that time to stunt that growth, to say, no, don't do that. So now we come back here to number 16. Here's another group, right? 250 of them who's coming up with that same spirit that you can't be the only one. We got to have our space. We got to have our time. Now we have verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, and he spake to Korah and to all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him who we have chosen will he cause to come near unto him. Right? So now remember, the whole nation is holy. But this is a different type of holy now, because the word holy means what? Separate. So the Most High separated the nation of Israel from all the other nations. But then he separated a tribe to be joined unto him, which will be Levi. Then he separated certain individuals unto him. So that's why he says, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him, this mind is his eyes, he have chosen will he cause to come near unto him. So the Most High tells us already in Numbers 12 that he ain't dealing with nobody like how he did with Moses. That's why Moses is the guy. That's why the Most High didn't have anybody else, because he chose Moses. So now if y'all want to figure it out, let's set this up tomorrow. The Most High going to tell y'all his own self who he chose. I ain't going to let the Most High come and intervene and tell you who he's going to choose, right? So he sets the stage. Verse 6, this do, take ye censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi, right? Sometimes y'all go a little bit too beyond what y'all need to. Deal with what you got to deal with and perfect that. You don't want to go out there and now start stepping on and taking over where you don't need to do that stuff. But now it's about to come to a head. I remember when you read in Isaiah, and you had these other men who thought, they had their gods, and our God wasn't the God. So he was like, all right, call your gods. We're gonna have a showdown. Right? And we're gonna set certain things up. We're gonna have a sacrifice there. You set yours up, I'm gonna set mine up. Call your guys to come and consume the sacrifice. And they was waiting and waiting, and Elijah was playing with them. What happened? Where they at? Is he sleeping? Is he sleeping? You guys are sleeping. What's going on? And then he had the Most High came down and consumed the whole thing, right? Even made it so that these men now had to be taken out, right? Because don't try to come up against the Most High. The Most High will manifest his power. That's what has always been the case. He first wanted to manifest himself to us so that we can be joined to him, that we don't care or have need for nobody else. But then also to make himself manifest to all the world, so that everybody else know, yeah, you got your little guys over here and there, but don't mess with the Most High, right? Rahab the harlot said that to Joshua and them. We heard about your God and what he did to them doggone other Hamitic tribes. We all afraid of your God, right? Only don't kill me and my family, because they know the power of the Most High. Well, these Israelites about to find out how the Most High chooses even special people within the tribes to deal with. They was righteous. I mean, they was famous men, but now they became more famous, or about to become more famous. Verse 8, and Moses said unto Korah, I pray ye, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the power of Israel have separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he had brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also. So he's saying the same thing. Like, you think it's just a light thing that the Most High have separated or made you holy to separate you from everybody else, to have you do all this, but now you want to be top priest too? Like, you got a great responsibility upon your hands. Take it, enjoy it, run with it. Don't go and try to take something that was not given or meant for you to have, right? Verse 11. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against Yahweh. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? So now they didn't just come against Moses. Now they saying things about Aaron. Because remember, Aaron was like Moses' mouthpiece when they came out of Egypt. So he was like his second in command, his second in charge. Right? So they rolled together. So now if they're coming at Moses, they about to start coming at Aaron. So he's like, why are you murmuring against Aaron? Verse 12. And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that flows with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us? Right? So you done brought us out of Egypt to bring us into the wilderness to be Lord over us. Right? That's what the brothers are saying. Right? That's what you wanted. You wanted your own vainglory. You wanted us to leave Pharaoh
and come out here with you.
Right? And then you want to now become Pharaoh in the wilderness. That's how they talking then.
Okay.
Right? Verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or give us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. So they're not going to listen. It's like, look, we've been wandering around here for some time already. We ain't find no good land yet. So what are you planning on doing with us out here? You trying to kill us out here? What's going on? Right? We don't see this land that flow with milk and honey. Right? When they talk about milk and honey, like what does that mean? Land that floweth with milk and honey. Are you going to have a land that has milk running through like a stream or river? Right? Is that what we're talking about when they said a land that flows with milk and honey? A fruitful land. In what case? Like how would it become fruitful to milk and honey? You're right. You're on the right track, but I just so that we now understand why it says milk and honey. Because you get milk from what? Cows or cattle, right? You get honey from what? The bees, right? So now what is necessary or needful for both of them to flourish? Right, you got to have great vegetation, right? Your land, your soil, and everything has to be good so that now your cattle can feed all throughout the land, right? So now in order to get milk, the cattle got to be fed. So then you can go get a whole bunch of milk, right? You can't get the milk without the nice grass and vegetation and everything else. Same thing, you're going to have plenty of trees of different types of fruits and figs and all these different things to allow bees and all the rest of the different insects and birds in them to now go fester. So to get that, you need a great fruitful land. We in the wilderness, in the desert. We ain't seeing that yet. Right. So now that's what we waiting for. What we doing here? Who is you? Who is you, Moses? Like, come on, like let's talk. Like why we gotta be out here under you?
And you
right?
know what, that's the same thing. What is it? No, the other guy. He was talking to him. Nathan was, little short guy. He said the same thing in that same type of. Yeah.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah, in the movie. Well, anyway, what you're saying, he said almost exactly the same type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got it down here, Moses.
Mm-hmm.
You're out here in the wilderness and all like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't the same. Even though they had that scene there, it wasn't the same scene that we reading over now.
Probably not.
They had already crossed the Red Sea by then. They ain't crossed the Red Sea here yet, man.
Yeah. No, they already in the wilderness. They crossed the Red Sea.
They did cross the Red Sea?
Yeah, they crossed the Red Sea. Yeah.
But that still wasn't the same scene, but that ground opened up and swallowed them.
Oh, yeah, that's the same scene. That's what we're reading right here.
Oh, that is it?
Yeah.
And then swallow them up. And then,
Yeah.
And then now they're on the other side.
Yeah.
Talking against them.
Yeah.
After he showed them, you know.
Yeah.
What the Most High can do.
Yeah.
They seen all that and they still talking.
Yeah.
You don't fear God.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. They wasn't appreciative of what the Most High. It's like you in prison for 30 years and all of a sudden somebody come break you out, right? And then now you get broke out and you now you have in your own mind aspirations of getting like, you know, hitting the lottery, right? And now you wind up on the block here and you like, yo, what you got me here for? I thought I was about to be in a nice 3-4 bedroom or something like that, man. I had it better back in C block. And you like, C block? Man, they was feeding you crap food and you had to be supervised 20. Come on, what are you talking about? Nah, man, I can't deal with this. I'd rather go back. Right? I'd rather go back because sometimes you program to sin. You program to wickedness. Right? That's why they've been in, like some people have been there for a while. They can't function in a different environment outside of that. So they'll come out and it's very easy for them to want to go and commit a crime to go back in.
You know what? A long time ago, a guy where I lived at came out and did like a whole lot of years in prison. When he came out down the neighborhood, I think he stayed out at least a month because he couldn't take it. He went back. He said, he was so used to being institutionalized that long period of time that when he came out, I mean, they dressed him up in nice suit, he said you couldn't take it. Right. Because he'd been away from this society such a long time, he had to go back. I don't know what happened to him. I ain't seen him.
Right. And that just doesn't happen for people who be like in a prison system or incarceration. It's the same thing for people who in the military, right? Because you got people who now been institutionalized to combat in a certain way, and they be over in certain regions, always on guard, looking for the threat of something coming to shoot them or kill them or taking lives. And now you are put back into your own society and is not on the same level of threat. They can't function. So what happened? They now become reservists and they continue to go back out when it's necessary because that's where they're most comfortable. They're not comfortable just going to the supermarket or walking down the street and they just now looking at people who are supposed to be, you know, regular civilians that's not a threat to them. They can't function. So somebody be like, yo, they like, yo, I can't take this, man. I can't take it. I got to go. Right? Yeah. So they got to now break that. Right? That's why even us coming into the truth, it's the same predicament where we gotta deconstruct from everything that we know. So that's why another aspect in Romans 12, he said we can't conform to the ways of this world. We got to not conform to the Most High, and it takes time. Like somebody said, you got to be patient. You're not going to be a fly-by overnighter, right? It takes time for you to now take layer by layer, commandment by commandment, tribulation by tribulation. You learn from it and you build upon it, because in doing those things, that's how you gain the fruit of the Spirit. If you don't go through it that way, then you won't gain the fruit of the Spirit. How will you now build up your patience, right? In order to go from one to the next, dang, I done messed up. I don't know how the problem here, but I'm going to work my way through it. And then I worked through it. But look how long it took me to work through it. I didn't even realize it. I didn't even know I could do it that long. I never knew I had that amount of patience. I'd have never known I had that much temperance to hold back and restrain myself from saying or doing certain things, because I'm normally just a react type person, right? I never knew how to be able to be partial. So you learn those things from going through the scriptures. But now you got some people who don't. They just want it when they want it, right? And if they don't get it when they want to get it, they're going to find it by any means necessary. If I got to go rob, steal, do this, do that, then I'm going to go do it. So these men have that same type spirit where they want it when they want it. Like, why you got to be the one? What am I doing here? I'd rather go back there if this was like this. Like, okay, you'll be there in a minute. That's what the Most High is about to do. Back on verse 14, verse number 16:14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that flows with milk and honey, or give us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? Will we not come up? Verse 15. And Moses was very wroth and said unto Yahweh, respect not their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. Right? So now, you know, Moses, as we read in 12, he was one of the most meek and humble persons that we had in the nation. The Most High chose the right person to be able to lead over the nation. Right. And there's several times when you read throughout the story where the Most High was upset with Israel and he wanted to kill us, and he started doing it. And Moses had to go be the one to say, you know, no, don't do it. Or Moses had to say, take me, let me be the sacrifice. But sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, nah, this is, you know,
not working.
This is not. So what did Moses do? He went to the Most High and said, look, those guys don't even respect what they got to bring out what they're going to offer. Don't even, like, now he don't even have no more time to spend and waste on trying to get them to see the right and the error in their eyes, right? Mm-hmm. So again, it says, respect not their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow. One of the men that's coming against Moses. Right? So he said, I ain't taking nothing from him. Let's set this up tomorrow. Verse 17. And take every man his censer and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers. Thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. Right? So Korah and his total 250, and Aaron coming as well. Right? Aaron gonna bring his censer, and y'all bring y'all censers on the next day. Verse 18. Mm-hmm. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. Right? So, you know, it's a different time, you know, when the Most High just appears, you know, at certain times, right? It's like we having these conversations about this and that. And like, we're going to do this tomorrow. But the Father's coming, the Most High is coming, right? So in a minute, this is like, to me, it would be tense. Like, we about to now figure out who the Most High really rolling with, right? We're talking about it, and all of a sudden, here come the Most High sitting down in the chair, and now they there. And it's like, all right, this is about to be on now, right? Verse 20, and the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment, right? So when the Most High now comes down, is Moses and Aaron there, and the 250 there, right? But it's a whole bunch of other people there too, because everybody else is coming to witness and see. I want to see, like, if it's going to be them, if it's going to be them, right? But now the Most High is like dealing with Moses and Aaron. So he comes to them and said, look, remove yourself from them. I'm about to just do away with them. I'm about to consume all of them, right? Verse 22, and they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the power of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation, right? So they're like, hold on. Most High, I get it. These guys, this man right here done talked out of his mouth. But because he did it, you want to kill everybody?
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he asking, right? If you remember, this is almost like the same thing with Lot. When Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah, yeah, right? And the angel and Abraham knew that the Most High was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was talking with him. He's like, listen, if there was 50 righteous there, would you destroy it? it's 20 righteous there, if it's 10, because he knew his nephew was there and he didn't want to have him now fall victim to the destruction that was going to come because of what was going on there. And the Most High said, nah, he won't destroy it if there's righteous men there. So he sent the angels to go and get them out, right? So here, Moses is now contending for the rest of the congregation that's not rolling with what Korah and them is talking about. So it says in verse 23, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get ye up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. So Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray ye, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Right? So after the Most High instructed them, he's like, all right, cool. Now he went and warned everybody. Y'all better move. Y'all better move. Don't even touch nothing they got. Don't take nothing. Don't touch nothing. Y'all just get out. The Most High is about to do a thing, right? Verse 27. So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children, right? So this is why, you know, when you read in certain things in the past and you try to really understand the Most High, a lot of times people don't really fully understand the Most High, right? So now it's these men, but as we just read, it's just not these men. Their wives is there. Their children is there, right? The Most High is about to deal with them all. God, they be like, see, really? That guy that y'all have in that Bible, that God is bad, man. He's evil. So much so that sometimes the nations will call him the terrible power, the terrible Elohim. Elohim, or they'll say Elohim in the Yiddish or the form of Hebrew, but they're talking about Elohim, the terrible power, because of what he's capable of, what he's done already. So here he's already setting it up. Verse 28, and Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. Right? What is that saying? He didn't do it by himself. So what Moses was doing, he was being led by the Most High. He was being instructed by the Most High. Right? So certain things that may even be not specifically said, Moses saying it, but it's of the Most High that is now directing the whole course of how things is going. So that's why he said, I haven't done this of my own mind. The Most High is the one that's with me telling me certain things. Verse 29, if these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me. Right? Meaning, like, we done set this all up. But if these guys are talking all this stuff, they die, but they die just old regular deaths, like just common folk stuff, then the Most High ain't with me. They got to die some dramatic way. They got to go out on a way that, you know, the Most High is setting the testimony here to let it be known that he never was with them, and he was with them, and he was always with Moses and Aaron. Mm-hmm. Verse 30, it says, but if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. Right? So the Most High now do a thing that most people don't normally see. And he now open up the earth, and all of them go down into the pit. Them, their possessions, their wives, their children, their cattle, everything go down into the pit. Then you know that these men was off for what they were saying and doing. Verse 31, and it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses and all the men that appertained unto Korah and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Right? So they all was consumed, died, crushed alive, everything. Right? So you can imagine seeing that sight. Right? Sometimes, you know, when you read it, you got to visualize it. You know, you standing right here on the block, and you got a group of people that stand at the end of the block, and all of a sudden you start feeling the ground shake, and you see it open up, and everybody just fall in. Oh, snap! Right? And then you like, what the heck?
What's going on?
Right? And then all of a sudden, then you start seeing it close back up, and then you start hearing the screams, even on a higher level, and they just shut, bam, back to where it was. And you like, whoa. Whoa. Right? The rest of the congregation that's there is like, Moses, you the man. I ain't gonna never say nothing. You got it, man. What'd you say the Most High said? All right, we about to roll out and follow that.
Right.
I ain't gonna be like them. Right?
But the one that said all that, he handled them.
He handled them. Right? So, verse 34. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them. For they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. So as they were standing there, they was like, yo, I ain't going to be here. I don't know. Maybe the Most High may ain't be done. They all bounced. Yeah, they all bounced. Got out of there. Verse 35. And there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. So now you got Korah and Dathan and all these other the kids and everything else. They got brought down into the pit. Now the men that was with them, the Most High now took down a fire upon them. Boom. So now you got a fire coming down from heaven and burning them up as they standing there. Right?
Didn't he ask the Lord to spare those men?
No. He said spare. Like, because it's those men that's there, but you got other people there too. Right. They in the midst of them. So Moses told them, the Most High told them to make sure that they get them up from around them. Right. Because when he come, like, it's like if you all standing there and he's I'm just being hypothetical, he's the wicked one, right? He's the wicked one, right? And now somebody coming, it's like, all right, listen, if you side him, you might be a casualty of war. You might get it too. Right. So you better leave. You better leave from around him because he about to get it. Right? You don't want to be caught standing next to him when the destruction comes. Right. So it's like, all right, look, let me send out the warning. Y'all better leave. This ain't for you. You stay there, you're gonna get what's coming. Right? So that's what the Most High wanted Moses to go do. Actually, Moses petitioned for them because he knew those men and Korah and Dathan was all jacked up. They was wicked. Right. But it's other people that's in the midst. So those he went and spoke to the Lord, and the Lord said, okay, tell them to separate themselves from them. Okay. Right? Now these men, now we about to go and see what the Most High dealing with. So now the main ones, the Most High opened up them, their kids and all that, they down the pit. Right. Those that were standing there left that's on that side, they got fire bring down on them.
Those not the ones he petitioned for. So the ones he petitioned for, they got away.
They got away. Right. That's why we just read, and all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them. So it's not just them that's there. It's not just Aaron and Moses, and it's not just Korah and Dathan and the 250. You got other Israelites that's there watching. Right? So now if you hearing what's going on and you come in to observe, you know Israel like to see a show. Right? At the sound of a fight or some commotion, we all like, what? What's going on? You just standing there looking, being nosy. But they be like, listen, you better move. Because they about to fight and they might get to shooting, you might be caught. So then you move off to the side and you watch it from at a distance. Right. So now when the first one went in the pit, they got scared, like, oh snap, I'm out of here. They still there, the fire comes down on them. Those are what they got. Yeah, and they became an offering. A burnt offering. Yeah. So I'm going to read 35 again. It says, and there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. Verse 36. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hallowed, right? The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offer them before the Lord. Therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. So now here they are out there with their censers in their hands, talking about they're going to burn, and the Lord's going to probably choose us. Now the Most High came and burned them all up. Exactly. So he's like, all right, now go and take the remnants and now make broad plates for the altar, because that's what they came to offer before me, right? So this is going to be a sign for the rest of the children of Israel that if you had his mind state, that is what now will be left of you. This could be a testimony. So people will talk about it later on. Somebody else come out and like, boy, don't you remember what happened with Korah and Dathan to them? No, you never heard. You see them place right there? That was because of them, right? So that now it become a story to tell throughout the generations, like what we're reading right now. So I'm gonna read it again, verse 38. The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offered them before the Lord. Therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers wherewith they were burnt, had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer in the incense of the Lord, that he, and as his company, as the Lord said to him by the hand of Moses. So we see here, I left this one, and it's beautiful. The Lord's Spirit brought it back, that now you see that Judah, Benjamin, Ephraim, Issachar, Manasseh, Naphtali, right? All of them, Gad, Reuben, all of them are fitting into what we read in the first precept. It says, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger, which is not of the seed of Aaron, right? So now, if you are not of the seed of Aaron, you are a what? Stranger. Even if you are Levite. But if you don't come out of Aaron's lineage, you a stranger. You can't come and perform this duty, right? So now we would look at somebody and say, like, you a heathen right now. You can't be in here. You can't do this. So the Lord himself is now giving clarity as to what can be the levels of being a stranger in his house. Verse 41, it says, but on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, ye have killed the people of the Lord. Now, yeah, right. So now, you know, they had to have either questioned or asked what was going on. Like, what mean is this? Like, what we here for? Like, what's going on? Right. So somebody had to have said, you know, Korah and Dathan and them, they thinking that like Moses trying to take, you know, ownership of himself to be like the leader over us. So now they done came and did this little thing, this little challenge to see who the Most High is with. And that's why we're here. We're going to find out who the Most High going to choose. You know, I was thinking the same thing. Like, what's up? Like, why they got to be the only one? And they went and killed them, right? The Most High went and did it, not Moses. Moses ain't pick up a rock or stone or nothing. Most High did it. Opened up the earth and brought down fire. So now they back in their homes, in their tents, and they saying, man, all of God, you see how the earth swallowed up? Wow. Man. Why Moses had to do that?
Why was they blaming on Moses? Blaming on Moses.
Yeah. Like, the heck?
He blamed that on Moses.
And his brother with him too. You know, they both in cahoots. I bet you they went and told the Most High to do that to them. That's what happened. This is all their fault, right? So that's what they saying. So there was not even a week. This the next day they came to complain against Moses and Aaron. Like, why y'all do that? Why y'all do that to them? Verse 42. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. So here it is. The Spirit is in now the congregation, and they talking smack. And guess who hearing it? Most High. Right? So the Most High is like, what? Coming back down, right? Coming to stand in front of the door of the tabernacle, and he's hearing what's going on. Verse 43. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. So this is the same thing that we just read previously, when it was with Korah and Dathan and them. Right? He was like, look, I'm about to consume them right out. Move from them. And it was like, all right, we're going to go, but hold on, there's other people that's cool over there. Now, at this time, the same people they fought for is the same people now is coming against them. So now, Moses being the meek one of the earth, right? Humble, this is the one that the Lord chose. He's now hearing that the Lord is about to consume them all. Yes. Verse 45. Get ye up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. So the same way they fell to humble before the Most High, now they doing it again. 46. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath going out from the Lord, the plague is begun. Right? So the Most High started doing what? Killing. Right? Started killing already. So now what Moses is thinking, we got to make an atonement for them. They don't know what the heck they saying. They ignorant right now. So we got to go and champion for them and make an atonement. Aaron, hurry up. Go get the incense off the fire. Put it in there and run through the midst of the congregation, and let the fire, the incense burning, be the atonement over the congregation. Because if not, they're going to all be dead. Right? Most High don't play. Right? So it says in 47, and Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people, and he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. Verse 48, and he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. So now he done ran through, made the atonement, and now everything stopped. So now he's standing there in the midst of the congregation. On one side, you got a whole bunch of people that's dead. On the other, they still standing there, right? So now to give you the count, it says in 49, now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah, right? So that was more than what was already had been consumed by Korah. Now, when you look at numbers, sometimes the Most High don't give you the whole total exact number. Like when we read in the New Testament, when Christ went and fed the thousands, right? He said he fed 5,000, right? But what did it say towards the latter part of that verse? Exactly. It didn't count the children and the women, right? It just dealt with the men. So now we don't really fully know if this is just 14,700 men, or if it will all include the women, because it's the whole congregation, right? Like we read with Korah and Dathan, his women and his children was there. Right. So now all of them is there, but the Most High don't always count everybody in the number. He just now specifically gets the men. But needless to say, he killed at least 14,700 people from them coming and murmuring against what the Most High had did the day before. And Aaron had to run under the commandment of Moses for his love for the people, because he could have just said, y'all got what y'all got. Y'all came talking that smack to me. Y'all got what y'all got, right? But that the spirit in this is the same way how Yahweh was crucified, given up by his own people. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They ignorant right now, right? They don't know what they're saying. right? They don't know who they siding with. I'm trying to teach them. So we always try to have some level of compassion. This is where that turn the other cheek comes in. Turn the other cheek ain't just the, you know, somebody slap you or punch you in your face.
And Christian, church or you get smacked by a Chinese man, you get smacked by a white. No, I'm talking about your people.
Yeah, this is talking about specifically, first your people, but now those who ignorant, who don't know no better. So now you going out and you professing and you teaching and you doing certain things in righteousness for the Most High in Christ. And they don't like that. They get offended or they object to what you're saying or what you're doing, and they now come against you. They may say certain things about you, do certain things to get you your car taken away, your job taken away, something to make you feel away. And you know that they don't know no better. We know what we're dealing with, but they don't know the real spirit that you're dealing with. So you'll look at them and say, damn, I wish they knew better. So you'll forgive them in their ignorance, right? You'll say, you know what? I ain't gonna even hold it to this person because he don't know no better. Or she don't know no better. So this is where you what? Turn the other cheek. You give them another opportunity. You give another chance, right? So that maybe tomorrow, the next day, the Most High may change the spirit on them. You didn't just kick them out and throw them to the curb because they done said something to you one day. You know how sometimes we don't, you know, you cross me once, that's it. You do one thing to me one time, that's it. Ain't no coming back from that. Nah, we can't roll like that with our people. The brother was right. With our people, we can't roll like that. We got to be given the benefit of the doubt and be like, all right, well, maybe, you know, I was like that at one point. I was ignorant. I used to say certain things and do all of that. I was one, and now look at me. I remember me remember I was going for a job. I remember seeing the brothers at the camp in New York, and I walked past and I see them. And I'm like, what the hell is these guys out here doing? These guys look crazy as I don't know what, right? They talking this stuff. I'm like, man, right? Then one of my best friends was involved, and he came to me, and I'm looking at him like, yo, this guy, this is my man. He bugged out. He's damn. I'm like, yo, my man is bugged out in his mind. What's going on here? Right? And he looking at me. I can see him shaking his head, and I'm shaking my head like, I don't know what. Right? But then fast forward, year or two later, what happened? Now the Most High, according to his timetable, allow me now to see it. But now, if that was the case, now when I see the brother now is like, oh, you in the truth now? Oh, okay. All right. And now he ain't wanting to do with me. No, he's going to be happy. Right? Because now time was given for me to see the error in my way, and now to come and understand what's right. Yeah, he's supposed to be. He was happy for me. I'm not just saying. Well, I'm speaking the opposite. What, he's supposed to be angry now? Like, because I dissed him and called him crazy or whatever, he's going to hold the grudge. No, he's not. He's going to let that pass.
That's what that's talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, let that pass.
When you just walk down the street and somebody beats you up around.
No. That's not talking about that. Because
somebody the truth and they ill on you.
Right. Yeah. Somebody makes a trespass on a fence to you or do something. Not let's say if it was even physical, because this is speaking in general. It's a principle, right? Now, because the principle applies in all circumstances, situation. Let's say we read in the scriptures about in Matthew's where Christ called the woman a dog, right? And now, yes. So now you read the scripture where Christ called the woman a dog. So you now have it with certain brothers will use Esau's terminology of a female dog being a bitch, right? That's the definition. That's a clinical definition of the term. So now they'll go out and say, it's like, yeah, and as they reading it, call this woman here a bitch. Now, you know how some that's received by certain people. They're like, what? Yeah, and then some people come up and smack them upside the head, right? Boy, don't you be saying nothing like that. You like, oh, snap, this woman just smacked me, right? But she smacked me because of what she's thinking I'm saying or how I'm speaking on disrespect of somebody, right? She's not fully understanding how Christ did this, right? So now I got to try to pull her back in. Now, I could take the sting and be like, all right, listen, hold on. Don't hit me again. Like, you got to control your nerves here, right? Yeah, listen, control your nerves. let's understand what happens here. Because as you further read, the woman identifies with being this. It wasn't that Christ was even just talking out of his mind. This woman understood the context of what he was saying. Let me help you to try to understand the context. I'm going to let that slide, right? Now, I'm not even talking about, a heathen. I'm talking about mainly our people. Because, our people are the worst ones. Our people are the worst ones, right? And that's almost in a lot of cases. My wife right now, she's like, I don't like going back in the day in the Walmart on 447. She's like, I don't like going in that Walmart because it's all my people there. And our people is just trash as I don't know what. They just lazy. They do this and that. She's like, I won't go there because that's how we are. Somebody do something, our people were the first one to call you out on it, right? Make you be showing up in the street like, no, he the one did it. You like, yo. Yeah, where you going? I'm your brother. Like, why you gonna do that? Esau won't do it. Esau, stop it. You don't know, let him go. And you're like, yo, I can't believe this. My own people will sell me out and they want to defend me. But the turn the other cheek goes for that, where it is usually something that there's an offense. The offense could be physical. But the scriptures also say, be at peace with all men as much as lieth within you. Sometimes it is going to get to a point if somebody is now continuously abusing you and going and try to purposefully do it. Some of it is ignorant, but sometimes people will purposely do it. Then that's different. That's different. I'm not standing there and somebody saying, yeah, I'm going to smack you. And they come hit me again and smack you. I'm going to be like, just, yeah, okay, here's the other one. Yeah, here's the other. No, you're not just going to stand there and just keep turning like this might be smacking your face. It's not what it's talking about. Right? It's dealing with you giving them the opportunity to try to get a better understanding or repent or get it together, right? So that you don't just rashly just come at them. No, because that's my brother. I got love for them, right? I want to see them succeed. They just don't know any better right now. So imagine somebody killing you or trying to kill you and you say, Father, forgive him. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know who I am. He don't know what this is. I ain't gonna hold it against him. He in ignorance right now. For the person who's purposely doing, who does know who he is, that's different. That's why that presumptuous sin, that person got to be killed. But the person who don't know no better, who is ignorant, there's opportunity for them to get it back together, right? So in this case, these people, the Most High just didn't have no more time, no more patience for them. He's like, all right, I'm just going to start killing, right? And then Aaron came in and stopped at that point. Now, here's the beauty of this. Because the scripture tells you in Psalm 68, 11 up, I think 68 and 11 or 68 and 20. Let me make sure. Psalm 68, 20. It says, he that is our power is the power of salvation. Yeah, Psalm 68 and 20. And unto God, the Lord, belong the issues from death, right? Meaning the Most High is the one that controls life and death, right? So the 14,700 or however many people was killed in that day. And then those that were stayed and remained. The Most High was in control of that all together. Right. It wasn't Aaron, right? It wasn't to say that, oh, Aaron was the one who saved these people from death. Right. The Most High already knows who's going to die that day and who wasn't, right? We didn't. Aaron, because of his love and following instruction, went out there and brought this answer so that those can be saved. But the Most High knew what Aaron was going to do. He knew who he was going to kill and he wasn't. That's the separation between being on a high level with the Lord and being down here and trying to operate to see up there, right? So that's how we now try to function with the instruction, all right? 68:20.
Psalm 68.
Psalm 68:20. That's what I read. So now, reading on. Oh, guess this. Yeah, back in Numbers. Yeah, one more verse. Yeah, one more verse. Verse 50. It says, and Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. Meaning that was it. The Most High removed the plague or that spirit that was going across throughout the congregation to kill wicked Israelites at that time. Right. Now, you can write down, I'm not going to go through it. You can write down Numbers 25, I believe. Yes, Numbers 25. Just read the chapter, which also deals with another instance where the Most High was dealing with Israel, who wasn't conforming or following his way, and he had to bring another plague amongst them to go and kill him. And you had certain men that stood up to champion for righteousness at that time. So you get into like Phinehas and Midianitish woman. But I know it's further along in the chapter, so I'm not going to go. So you can just read it on your own. Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Chapter 6,
Mm-hmm.
verse 4. That was right when they came up and confronted him.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and Moses heard it, fell upon his face.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that Moses was very deep.
Mm-hmm.
How did he fall upon his face? Or was it the compliment of Moses?
Right. So, when you fell on your face, sometimes you read a lot when it comes to when there was some type of a threat against Israel. We would put on sackcloth, we fall down, we pray to the Most High. In these instances, because this is like a moment now, like, when you realize that somebody's about to die, like this is tense. I see the spirit that's on them, and I know how the Most High is. Actually, there's a scripture in Acts to go with this. Yes. I used to.
Moses already knew what was going to happen when they spoke out against
Mm-hmm.
him being.
Yeah. You. That's like if you somewhere and somebody just start cursing God. You like, yo, you need to pump your brakes real quick right now because you don't know what you're saying or what you're doing. Let me find. I think it's. Sorry, it's not Acts. It's 2 Corinthians 5. 2 Corinthians 5. And 11. So 2 Corinthians 5 and 11 says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto God, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. So this is Paul speaking to the church in a letter to Corinth. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. So when you notice, the Most High don't play, right? So when the Most High don't play, and you got people who play with the Most High, say, listen, we persuade men. It's like, look, I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you want to say that. I don't think you want to go to that limb, right? It's like, listen, I'm going to plead with you. Okay, you don't want to, all right, well, you want to leave you to yourselves. Now you got to deal with it, right? So it's a form of pleading or humbling yourself before them so that they can see that this is not what you want to do, right? And then probably change your mind. You want to change your mind? All right, the Lord will change it for you. Or he'll change the other's mind. But we see that didn't happen because after he killed Dathan and Korah in the 250, you still had Israel come back and complain. And the Lord had to deal with them. Now, as you say that, Gabar, as you say that, you understand them, right? Remember, where are these people at right now? Where is Israel at? In the wilderness, right? So what was the objective of the Most High bringing Israel into the wilderness? Say again? Exactly, to weed out the wicked ones. Because the objective, the promise that the Most High made to Abraham was what? I'm going to bring your seed into a land that I'm going to give to you. right? This is your inheritance now. The Most High didn't just want Israel to come in and right out the gate, you got wicked spirits like this in there, just jacking things up.
You gotta weed them out.
So he had to send them in the wilderness going around for 40 years to weed out that generation that came from Egypt. The only ones that made it was Joshua and Caleb. Everybody else died from that 40-year span. And those that came in, the children, now the Lord had a new crop that he can do and deal with and bring up. But yeah, that was the proving ground. That was the weeding time. So now you fast forward, look at us now, right? We all waiting to do what? Get to that promised land and get back. So everybody like, y'all talking all this stuff about Christ coming and this, that, and the third, man. I'm good right here. I'm good where I'm at. Oh, I like this. Oh, I'm comfortable. Or my rest is here, right? So the Lord's like, all right, cool. While I'm raising up this one and that one, I'm weeding out all the bad ones. Because even the ones that do say, yeah, I agree with you, Most High, they still got to be weeded out. Right. Because they're not going to last and endure. Remember Christ, Matthew 24:13, he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. So just because you come in and you can break down a few scriptures and you got a little there, a little here, don't mean that you're going to make it. Yeah. That is still a weeding process. Okay. Right? And then when the time comes for Christ to come back, now that crop now goes into the land and be a righteous branch to enter in. So this is an example of what happened there and how people talk and murmur and do certain things. Same thing now. So we now have to go revisit all that. And those who are speaking and reading this and digesting it, you can say, yeah, I see what happened to that 250. Ain't going to be me. I see what happened to the group that came right after the next day. That ain't going to be me. I'm going to figure out how to temper my spirit. I got to know how to control or harness my emotions. I got to be able to know how to bridle my tongue, right? Because if I don't, I'm going to get myself in a whole lot of trouble that I don't need to be in. So this is that maturation of each day, learning how to be better sons and daughters of the Most High. All right? Okay, so that concludes Numbers, the 16th chapter, in today's Sabbath service lesson. Next week, I believe we'll be in the book of Mark. Let me just get the chapters. So we'll be in Mark. We're in Mark 14:15. Yes, Mark the 14th chapter and the 15th chapter next week. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So next week, so that's you read that. That's dealing with around Yahweh's crucifixion.
That pagan holiday.
All right, so with that, we're going to close out the class, send up the closing prayers. We want to give all praise and honor to the Most High in Christ for today's Sabbath service lesson. Spirit, knowledge, edification, joy, everything that came out was according to his will and not my own or our own. But we hope Lord's will, everybody was able to catch all those scriptures, the understandings and breakdowns. If you have any questions on anything, please jot them down, bring them up in the Tuesday or the Friday class upcoming next week so that we can further on, if need be, with the teaching. So with that, I'm going to say shalom or peace to all Israel. Most High's will, you have the remaining Tawab Sabbath. I know here it's about another 20 minutes and the Sabbath ends, but it may linger a little longer where you're watching or listening from. But no size will everybody has a Tawab or good upcoming week. All right. With that again, let's say Shalom. Stay for the closing prayers. All right. Somebody get those blinds, Baba Kushar. Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Nethalanawa, Parya Hagapin, Thawada Amun, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ath Yasha Allah. English translation: Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, or the Most High, the name of Christ, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. So Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, with Israel. Right, so you'll see that done in the Apocrypha. I think Ecclesiasticus 50. I'll get it after the service, but there's a passage in there that shows you about what Aaron and the priests used to do in the service, about the sacrifice with the wine and things that they did in the past, where that comes from. I madwa upon you all Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Right? Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Baba Kushah, Shamai, Lanawa, Aitha, Yum Yun, Aitha, Shalat, Maya Ka'ala, Waha Alahayim, Tazwadakim, La, Shamar Isle, Barat, Rapah, Magun, Waha Kaziyat, Bunya, Yasha Allah, Washalat, Lanawa, Rabium, Kakama, Rabium, Da'ai, Rabium, Bayana, Rabium, Sabalanwa, Rabium, Amawan, Rabium, Aqua, Rabium, Ahabium, Rabium, Haganah, Rokanaya, Wasalat, Ko, Kata Ayamnawa, Laha'akim, Wa'akiwa, Wayasha Allah, Thamyad, Wa'iwalam, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, so Wada, Amun. English translation: The Most High, in the name of Christ, pleases to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous powers and angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel. And send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive all our sins for the brothers and sisters in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Christ, thank you, so be it. Four Corners prayer. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak Nawa, Wayasha Allah, Wabathya Saparium, Shema, Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Akkad. All right, English translation: The Most High, in the name of Christ, bless us and Israel and the house of books, or the various different schools. And Deuteronomy 6:4, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one power. With that, we're going to say Shalom and Ashar Shabbat. Everyone have a good and remaining weekend. Shalom.
Shalom.